secure facility for kids who have broken the law, but a problem solver It's the state's most secure facility for kids who have broken the law, but a problem solver investigation uncovered what many call a dangerous pattern of rape and sexual harassment.
Not by the kids, but by staff members. Problem solver Tracy Vetter investigates the secrets behind bars at Echo Glen Children's Center.
I just shut down. I never thought I was told I would fight back. I would do something. And all I did was cry.
She was alone and doing time at Echo Glen Children's Center, paying the price for burglary and theft. But the price shouldn't have been this high.
I feel betrayed, like majorly heartbroken and hurt and sick.
Asleep in her room one night, part-time staff member Robert Fox unlocked her room and went in. She says he started raping her, and too afraid to call out, she froze.
I just cried. All I wanted to do was go home.
Fox pled guilty to sexual misconduct and must now register as a sex offender. It's some consolation, but now the victim is suing the state.
I know I can never get back what was taken, and I want it back more than anything. Not all the money in the world can change what happened or make it better.
3 sources tell the problem solvers that in the weeks before Fox attacked the teen, Echo Glen managers had already been warned about him.
One gal complained that he made inappropriate advances toward her.
Attorney Greg Colburn says several female workers at Echo Glen complained to administrators.
Another employee complained that he told her that he liked them young.
The Department of Social and Health Services operates Echo Glen and would not consent to an on-camera interview. However, in court documents, DSHS says there was just 1 complaint against Fox and says a supervisor advised him the comments were inappropriate. But according to police reports, 2 weeks later, Fox was left in sole charge overnight of the victim's dorm at Echo Glen.
Maybe I wouldn't have to go through it if they would have just looked into it a little more.
But that's not the only lawsuit Echo Glen has faced. 2 female workers sued the state in 2008. The problem solver spoke to several current and former workers who say managers consistently ignore these problems.
But there's just a simple pattern out there.
The lawsuits alleged ongoing sexual harassment, including male staff asking women to show their breasts, touching female workers inappropriately, even licking one woman's shoulder. For the 2 cases, the state paid out $185,000.
Are they admitting they did something wrong? No, they're just paying people to go away.
But the problem solvers have uncovered what may be the most serious example of careless management. Roy Shorter, a Renton pastor and music teacher, charged earlier this year with raping or sexually assaulting several women when they were teens. Alicia Mitchell is one of those women.
That's his method of operation. He picks a child and either grooms or, he tries to feel around and see where he can get in.
It turns out Shorter also has a prior record. In 1985, he was convicted of raping a 13-year-old. In spite of that conviction, the problem solvers have learned that the state let Shorter frequently volunteer with the kids at Echo Glen.
They could have talked and could have groomed any kid, could have made connections with them for when they get out.
In a brief statement, DSHS says Shorter was only a guest, and guests don't undergo background checks or have unsupervised contact with residents. But our insiders told us Shorter was there dozens and dozens of times and had plenty of access to the kids.
Do you think management at Echo Glen put the residents at risk by allowing him on site?
Absolutely. I think it's just absolutely horrible oversight.
The state did issue a brief statement saying that Echo Glen is a national leader in juvenile rehabilitation, and they take the allegations raised by our story very seriously. Also, that one of the staff members we talked about was fired. But they failed to answer any of our questions about what steps Echo Glen has taken to change a culture that appears to tolerate sexual harassment and misbehavior. Tracy Vetter, KOMO for Problem Solvers. If you have a story that needs investigating, call 1-888-PS4-TIPS or send an email to problemsolvers@komonews.com.